What would you do if the person next to you wasn't who they appeared to be? The shapeshifter is closer than you think. Late at night, in the secluded town of Dark Hollow, strange things had begun to happen. The air hung heavy with an unsettling stillness, the kind that makes the hairs on the back of your neck prickle. Jacob, a rugged woodsman, walked home after a long day chopping firewood. As he neared the edge of the dense forest, something caught his eye. Movement, swift and silent, like a shadow sliding through the trees. He froze, his heart skipping a beat. There, barely visible in the pale moonlight, stood a figure. At first it looked like a deer, but its eyes gleamed with an unnatural intelligence. Before Jacob could react, the creature's form began to twist and shift. Its limbs elongated, its head stretched into something grotesque. With each snap and pop of bones, it transformed into a monstrous, human-like creature, a shapeshifter. Jacob gasped, but the shapeshifter wasn't done. It stepped forward, its eyes locking onto his. Then, in a voice that sent a chill down his spine, it whispered his name, Jacob. The mark and the curse. The creature didn't attack Jacob that night. Instead, it left him with something far worse, a mark. A single scratch ran down his forearm, burning like fire. It was a curse, a mark of ownership by the shapeshifter. Over the following days, Jacob's body began to betray him. He would glance into the mirror, and for just a moment, his reflection wouldn't match his movements. His eyes would change color. His fingers would stretch unnaturally long before snapping back into place. His own flesh was rebelling against him. He wasn't the first to carry the mark. In hushed whispers, the townsfolk spoke of others who had disappeared, vanishing into the woods, never to return. Each had borne the mark, and each had been claimed by the shapeshifter. Now it was Jacob's turn. Desperate, Jacob sought the help of Elena, the town's reclusive witch. "You have little time," she told him gravely. "The shapeshifter has claimed you. Soon you will become one of them. You must find the creature and destroy it before the next full moon, or else..." The hunt through the cursed woods. Determined to rid himself of the curse, Jacob armed himself with a silver blade, the only known weapon that could kill the shapeshifter. He ventured deep into the woods where the air grew thick with malevolence. The trees seemed alive, their branches twisted into cruel shapes, their bark scarred with deep, claw-like marks. Whispers floated on the wind, voices taunting him from all directions. As the full moon approached, Jacob felt the curse tightening its grip. His vision blurred, and he could hear the shapeshifter's voice echoing in his mind, urging him to give in, to let go. The mark was spreading, creeping across his skin like a venomous snake. Time was running out. In the heart of the forest, Jacob finally came face to face with the shapeshifter. Its form was ever-changing, a shifting mass of nightmares, one moment human, the next a beast, then something altogether unrecognizable. It circled him, mocking him, daring him to strike, but Jacob was not afraid, not anymore. He raised his silver blade and lunged at the creature, determined to end the nightmare once and for all. A fight for survival. The battle was fierce and brutal. The shapeshifter was faster than any human, its movements unnatural and unpredictable. It clawed at Jacob, tearing his flesh as it shrieked in fury. Blood spilled, but Jacob fought on, the silver blade glinting in the moonlight. As the mark on his arm flared with pain, Jacob knew this was his only chance. With a final surge of strength, he drove the blade deep into the creature's heart. The shapeshifter let out a blood-curdling scream, its body convulsing as it crumbled into dust before his eyes. Jacob collapsed to the ground, exhausted and bleeding, but alive. The curse was broken, for now. But as he lay there, staring at the pale moon above, he noticed something chilling. The mark on his arm was still there, faint but present. The shapeshifter was dead, but its curse lingered, waiting for the next full moon.